built a playground and I'm here to play, twisting your fears in a brand new way. The crew could never leave me in the past. Now it's my turn, I've caught them at last. I made a deal with shadows unseen. Now you're lost in this haunted dream. I whisper promises in disguise. Behind this mask the darkness lies. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, the thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. The wolf can smell the blood on the breeze. Soon your doom will come from me. From every victim a piece I'll take. Now my true instincts are awake. I'll show you how your faith can rust. Smiling as dreams all turn to dust. Playing mind games from within. I lift you up just to pull you back in. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, the thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. I'll evanesce you in a world of dread, where memory seeps and reality sheds. Sentiment fuels the grand design. To my kingdom you're now resigned. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, a thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this, run from this. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, a thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. Nightmare.
Alright, everybody, welcome to Dream Warriors episode 16. A little bit delayed, but here we are. Tonight we are playing Triangle Agency, recommended by Vala. Recommended by resident Pokemon expert Vala. And local celeb. Pollux and Castor are the local celebrities. Vala are the Pokemon expert. I don't think Pollux and Castor are resident Pokemon experts. Then
No,
again,
I don't think so.
oh, it might be because I have like so many things going. So first thing, we have one NPC November voice card remaining, and will be the end of that. If it doesn't get gotten by the time we send out the schedule, that's fine. Is what it is. There's a new game added for Soki and Osiris star in a special game. It is called Lucid Sea of Dreams. Not a lucid colon, but there is just a colon. That starts at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be before Tiny Gunslingers. There might be a little intermission between that one and Tiny Gunslingers if it ends soon enough. But tonight's game, the villain dice trigger is a rolling the sum of 13. not rolling a 1 and a 3 like the other games, because tonight's game is only 4-siders. That's the only thing that they roll, and they roll 6 of them. So the fact that the idea of how much we would get is we would get it all the time. Like every single roll, we would get a 1 and a 3. So it's a total of 13 is what we're looking for. Like Nika said, we are prioritizing both B and K because those two are behind on the numbers. But yeah, there we go. That new theme song is so fucking sick, though. All right, I will just get to introducing the players. I am not on the same screen as the other player. Oh shit, I'm so far behind that I can't tell when like you guys are there. All right, so we have Pollux and Castor played by local celebrities Pollux and Castor played by resident Pokemon expert Vala.
This introduction is just gonna keep getting more convoluted.
I'm gonna I want it to just get insane. We've got Flynn played by
Just call me whatever.
we got Flynn played by Flynn.
Meowdy.
We're refunding that curses card. Please don't play those kind of cards during the game. I need them ahead of the game so I can put them into the game. And we got Gemini played by Zach.
I can't believe Peanut is dead.
Sad day. And we got Rosie played by Carrie.
For account payable, Rosie speaking. Just a moment.
Oh my god, that's so great. Alright, everybody. Welcome to Lockstitch Agency. Lockstitch, after the fall, after it burning down and being rebuilt, after D20 Rock has fallen, after Bobbitt's Casino and Spa crashed into the ocean with the destruction of much of the Undercity, the Lockstitch that we know has been dissolved. They have rebuilt as Lockstitch Agency, and it have a very proud that we have no affiliation with pirates or pirate queens. The captain has been ousted. Magic in all around the silver thimble is very loose. There's not a lot of magic. And, the people that do have magic and have the ability to fight against what we call anomalies are have taken agency up and have joined together into a corporation under the banner that we must protect people for a cost. Not at no cost, but for a cost. So, while sitting at our desks, we have Flynn, member of R&D. What is your job at the Lockstitch Agency? We'll go in order. Pollux and Castor, what is your job at the Lockstitch Agency?
I'm in charge of the hotline.
Flynn, what do you do at Lockstitch Agency?
I work in R&D.
Solid. Gemini?
Cooking, but more importantly, not sleeping and obsessively trying to figure out the case that got Peanut, Gemini's best friend, killed. Also, Gemini is very depressed, and imagine Ace Attorney character Dick Gumshoe, how he has a big trench coat. Imagine detective trench coat, but it's a bathrobe, and he's just wearing gym shorts under there. He's not doing too well.
Now, Rosie, I don't know if you saw on your sheet, but Rosie works in PR.
Yeah. Personal relations. I like big butts, so it just makes sense.
I
cannot lie about this.
And why would
It's
you
true.
want to?
Nobody could deny.
Yeah, I just relate to people, and when they complain, I just, try and make them feel better. Give them free stuff.
So what's a normal day look like for you all? Oh. Actually, you know what? Pollux and Castor, your phone is ringing. And
Well then, I'll go ahead and just answer and be like, Lockstitch Agency, Pollux and Castor speaking. How can we help you?
it's like, I'm pretty sure my neighbors are dealing drugs. Just like, they're hanging out in the alleys, the people are coming and going. What are you guys gonna do about this?
Yes, have you tried contacting the law enforcement?
It's just like, aren't you the law enforcement?
Are we the law enforcement? I'm asking this out of character. Are we the law enforcement?
Yes. Lockstitch
Oh.
Agency has taken upon itself to be the law.
No. Yes, we are. Yep, let me connect you to the correct department for this issue.
Gemini, your phone starts ringing.
Gemini picks it up.
It's Pollux and Castor.
Hey, Gemini, I've got a person on the line here who's complaining about thinking their neighbors are doing drugs. You know anything that can help out with that?
Is this about the boogeyman?
I have no idea.
Gemini just hangs up.
Jesus.
Well then.
Somebody like walking down, like like a beetle guy comes walking down and just starts putting like pamphlets on everybody's, like little handouts on everybody's thing. It's just like, please stop hanging up on people who are calling in. It's just like we've had multiple reports that people have been like hanging up on people. It's just like, we need to get our thumbs up, everybody. We need to get a high rating. It's like, you don't make money if you don't talk to people.
We need to avenge Peanut.
Yes. It's like, maybe. And he's like, with this little mouse guy comes over. It's like sipping a coffee, like bow tie on. He's like, now Gemini. Some of us miss Peanut more than others. Most assuredly. Like, he was a fine worker, don't get me wrong, and an amazing... For a cat, he was quite good, but...
Gemini starts crying.
Flynn looks up over the top of everything like, what's that smell?
And not just crying, like, Gemini is like openly, loudly sobbing now.
Oh.
What is this code I just saw?
Eat my entire anus? Or be gone, Steven?
No, I know about Begone, Steven. I'm talking about the...
These codes are fire.
Nobody ever talks about how when somebody's lactose tolerant. You guys ever notice that? Nobody ever gives me props for, like, drinking milk and not shitting myself.
I'm gonna make you a trophy.
I would... You know what? I would appreciate that.
And you're the exception. Most people
Is it
on
gonna
this
be
planet
the absence of a
can't
toilet?
drink milk.
Oh, no, I'm lactose intolerant as a motherfucker.
Oh,
but I
okay.
just don't shit myself.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm violent. Like, I fight against it, you know? Flynn peering over the thing. You guys all see just Gemini crying at his desk.
Rosie throws a paper football at Gemini.
Gemini
And there's a
immediately
note.
stops crying.
There's a note inside that says, "Cheer up, homeboy."
Gemini gives a thumbs up. And then takes a swig of. So, like I said, Gemini's not been sleeping, so he has this. Imagine, like you take like a tea bag and like cut it open and just make a slurry from the contents of it. Gemini's just guzzling that.
I read I read Tofu say I did that today, but like I didn't realize he was talking to the chat and not like commenting on the fact that he did what Gemini just said. So
Drinking tea dredges.
I don't know if you would call it more of a slurry or a sludge. Maybe
I would
both.
say it's just like a dredge concentrate.
Yeah.
So, the beetle comes around and like sets things on, like sets the paper on Pollux and Castor's desk, and he's just like, "So, what you doing after work? You guys, I don't feel like we hang out enough. Like I'm looking to make friends. I'm new here." It's like, "My name's
Yes.
Gregory."
A pleasure. We are Pollux and Castor.
It's like, "How long have you been at the Silver Thimble?" Like, and Pollux and Castor, in this moment, you look around and there are a lot of new beetle folk working here.
Hmm. A lot of new people.
Oh yeah, we came in from the agency.
Yeah.
Like, we used to work for a corporation. It's like, you ever been to the WC?
I don't believe we have.
Oh, it was fine. It was a fine place. She's like, what? So it's a good place to go after like after work in this town. Like, I heard that you guys had a casino, but it fell into the ocean.
It did, yes. Does Cregan Market Square still exist?
No, it got exploded. Bobbert died in that explosion.
Oh, damn. A lot of the places I knew to hang out are, not quite there anymore.
It's like, nope, the city's under a grand reconstruction. It's like, our boss is like really taking care of that. This agency is looking great.
Alright, yes.
It's like, so I heard through the grapevine that you're something of a local celebrity.
That we are. Perhaps you've heard of our, book Red Planet Played? Or even heard our hit song, Something About Secrets?
Oh, something about secrets. Yeah, that one's stuck in my head all the time.
It is very catchy.
Like, so what are you like working here, like trying to like make the world a better place?
And that's the goal.
Idealists. A lot of you, like, former Lockstitch members are. And he's about to say something else, and then over the intercom and like it's like, word Rosie, Pollux and Castor, Gemini, and Flynn, please report to the boss's office.
Well,
Rosie
duty
gives
calls,
the-
it seems.
Biggest eye roll in the friggin' universe. So hard that my eyes almost get stuck back there and I gotta whack the back of my head for them to come back forward.
And he's just like, well, maybe we'll continue this conversation later.
Yes, perhaps.
Gemini goes to stand up, but he hasn't stood up in several days, so he just kind of falls flat on his face and just starts like dragging himself to the office.
For some reason, Flynn has one of those, sort of like little skateboards, you know, in gym class when you were a kid, and you like scoot around on those little, what are those called? I don't even know.
The scooters!
She has one
the
of
little
those.
yellow scooters!
Yeah, the little scooter thingies. Yeah,
Oh, they're
she
the
has one of
best.
those, and she just rolls it out, and she walks over to him and like hitches him onto it, and just like rolls him onto it and just starts pushing him.
Absolutely. But we're all going to the boss's office, right? The boss's
Yep.
office.
The bosses.
As you guys get to the door, before anybody even knocks, you just hear her voice say, "Come in!" Oh no, not even come in. Get in here!
Oh,
Like, alright, everybody. As you know, at the Lockstitch Agency, we are about profits. It's like, we need to get everything set up in order. And we have had multiple calls about this tick epidemic all throughout the city. It is causing people to, and she like pulls up her report, sweat red viscous liquid into their sheets at night, and some have died of night terrors. Gemini, I thought you were on this. Are we no closer to figuring out the source of this?
But do we know if this is related to the boogeyman at all?
Yes, it definitely is.
Okay. I don't know, man. I've been poring over Peanut's notes. Would I have found anything about the relationship by poring over Peanut's notes?
What was that?
Would I have any information just from like poring over Peanut's notes about everything?
Why don't you roll me 6 four-siders, and we'll find out.
Okay.
Alright, so there's 1 3, and the rest chaos.
damn, that's 5 chaos already.
Good. I got a success. Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So, sorry, everybody. Here's how Triangle Agency works. Every roll, we roll 6 four-siders. We are only looking for 3s. If we get 3 3s, no chaos. If we get 6 3s, no chaos. But for every other 3 that is not the initial on the initial roll, chaos. Chaos is what I can use to cause problems. And so, like, they each have a trigger that I can use chaos on them for. Pollux and Castor and Rosie can be not attacked, but like inundated with their fans.
We're both stars.
They're both stars. Oh, sorry, what was yours, Flynn? I have yours right here. Let me like.
It's
What is-
Greasy. Greasy is very needy.
Ah. Okay. Gemini is after the boogeyman. Like, he has Peanut's old notes. He needs to hunt down the boogeyman, but the boogeyman's, like, workers are also after Gemini. Or at least he believes they are.
So Gemini's pursued.
Gemini is pursued. Yeah, what kind of information did you find in it? Like, you can ask me, like, because you got 1 3. You can ask me one question. Like, what kind of information did you... Or you can just say it. Either one is fine with me.
So what was asked?
You were wondering if you could find anything... Like, she was wondering if you had figured out anything about this tick problem.
Okay. So yeah, what kind of correlation would Gemini have found?
That, the boogeyman, and the boogeyman's scratch, which is graffiti that we can find around the city. And where you see the boogeyman's scratch, that is where you will find people selling this drug known as tick.
Okay. So yeah, it just relays about the graffiti and it's like, yeah, they're selling it or something.
Well, have we figured out where it's coming from? How is it getting into the city? We are the protectors of this city, god damn it!
I figure either the boogeyman or his minions are in the city, or the people who sell it going out, getting it from them and bringing it in.
Are you sure the boogeyman is not just some make-believe figure? All we have telling
Gemini
that is...
like slams his staff down and is like, the boogeyman killed Peanut.
No. I have it on authority that the only two people that were worth Peanut on his death were Akana and Iskra, and both of them have been fired from Lockstitch and banished from the Silver Thimble.
Well, I
Well,
guess
clearly,
I
if
need
they're
to go
not here,
find-
then they're not the problem.
Maybe they need to be brought in for interrogation. And Gemini like glances at his staff when he says interrogation.
So, we have had many reports about strange happenings. A lot of people have had these problems. They say they have been getting tinnitus lately. Flynn, are we any further with earplugs or something that can help these people just sleep?
I've been trying to work on some sort of special white noise machine people can use inside of their rooms at night. But finding the source of this is a little bit more tricky than I originally thought.
Thank you, Flynn. Continue your work. If you can make it, present any of your findings to Gregory. Have you met Gregory? He's my second in command.
I have not met Gregory.
Amazing guy. Handsome as hell.
I'll take your word for it.
Looks over at Rosie. Rosie, as head of our PR department, what are your plans to get the word out that we're here to help people? There have been multiple protests about how the firing of the old Lockstitch folks. Some of them are still in the city, causing a huff. I know some of them used to be your friends, but we all have to accept the fact that things have changed around here.
Rosie's like trying to look at the floor and not make eye contact and pretend like she's not, like, she don't even hear you speaking to her because she ain't about this life. She ain't about this office life.
We figured out we're in Rosie's nightmare.
This sucks. This is like real
This is-
life nightmare. This is too
Rosie's
real life for
nightmare.
me. She looks you in the eye and she just says, I have my ways. Some people just look into my eyes and they're just so enamored with me. They just, I don't know, it's like they go into their own little world and just leave us alone. And then
You've
she
got-
just blinks like 3 times at the boss and hopes the boss will just take this as the way.
Oh, that's 1,000% a roll. Roll me 6d4.
All right.
That's 3 threes, though. Oh, but that is also a 13. That is a natural 13.
A natural 13, but also 3 threes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So you did good, but also coincidentally bad.
Yeah. I got a hope idea for you, Caustic. Like, let me know if this is like good or bad. So, like, we see, yeah, 3 threes is a crit. Like, it is transcendent. It's fucking hilarious. um on the screen behind you guys, you see the list of fired Lockstitch folks. It's just like you wouldn't want to end up like any of these. And you see Tarkus has been fired. You see all of Tomb Squad other than Rosie has been fired. Anyone,
Yeah, I don't like that.
yeah, it's just like they're absolutely fired. Iskra and Akana are not only fired, but are being hunted down by some of the agents. You see the fact that who else? Who else would hurt? Like all of you guys. Like who would be a problem if they were fired? Like would make you upset. Lag is weird, right? Isn't it?
The rest, the other members of For the Queen.
I think for Pollux and Castor, they'd be the most upset at Ceylon being fired.
Yeah, I think at this point it would be like Leo or Simmons being fired because he's still alive.
Oh no, that's really like. So, here we go. The screen behind, Taupe like starts flickering, and we see Kay come up on the screen with Terra lore, and like it is the Patagon show starting. Oh shit, Rosie, can you roll me a 20-sider?
Oh, damn.
Hot damn, Rosie.
That was so close to being
This is
another
making up for my
legendary.
last year of like 1 through 5s that I've been getting.
There's still a chance, Caustic. They might roll a 20.
Fuck.
Am I rolling against them?
The suspense and the lag.
The suspense is like Nika rolled a 7, so like you see for a second in Taupe's eyes, like the screen is about to change, like it's flickering, like it's about to show the Patagon show. Like you guys see the startup of like in Patagon's theme music, which now I really want to get commissioned. Like whatever Patagon's like intro music for his show is starts to play, and then it just cuts back. Like a dream within a dream.
It would have to be some sort of opener, like live music big band thing on the side, like they do for a lot of the talk shows.
Yeah, something like the Jimmy Fallon show.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like so, like Taupe like turns her head in a very like alien way, and you hear almost like paper crinkling as she's doing it, and then like it just goes back to straight chitin. Yeah, my roll 20 is wild.
Yeah. It's an experience for sure.
Alright. Sorry, Caustic. Fucking you'll get
Rosie
more.
has good luck.
Rosie is not scared of night. Like this is Rosie's nightmare, and she is fucking not having it.
Yeah, Rosie
I can definitely say I'm not impressed. I am not impressed.
It's
All
corporate
right.
America that she hates.
It's like, okay, but you rolled the perfect thing against. She's like, absolutely, whatever. Like your plan, it's got to work out. Like, I mean, obviously, we hired you because of your reputation, and like we have 2 celebrities on the payroll. Like, I was like, you 2 should definitely be able to put together and I'll trust your word. Now, what are we gonna do about this boogeyman?
Find him and kill him.
It's like, all right, everybody, then you guys need to take to the streets. Figure out something. Get somewhere with this boogeyman anomaly. And it's just like, we have to stop the spread of these drugs. How is the city going to feel safe with the presence of the... If you can go to sleep and just die, that sounds terrible. Gemini, I know it's a threat, but look at those bags under your eyes.
Gemini just chugs more of his slurry sludge garbage.
And for the love of Beezus, please put on some pants. We're trying to look
got shorts
professional.
on.
I know the company handbook says shorts are fine, but please.
Gemini leaves the room, and then like a few seconds later comes back wearing pajama bottoms, like pajama pants. There. Just
You didn't
sweatpants.
specify what kind of pants.
If you can't wear shorts or pants, you've actually been fired from Lockstitch. Bad news. Oh, well, no. You did not get hired at Lockstitch Lockstitch Agency. Hope just like leans back in her chair. It's like, what do I do with you all? Like, all right. Can I get you all to at least focus down on this earworm situation?
Earworm?
Of course.
The tinnitus.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's like, do you need any aid with this, Flynn?
I would like some.
Excellent. Then I'm going to put you in charge of this mission. Just like, first things first. Get people a restful night's sleep, and like puts one of her many hands over her to the side of her mouth, like motioning to Pollux and Castor. It's just like, can we start with Gemini? He's looking rough.
I definitely agree.
Excellent. And make your way down to the R&D labs. Like, everything that you would need is at your disposal down there, Flynn. Any other questions? Oh, and film a commercial, please. Like, I know that... It's like, I'm sure that you have a plan, Rosie. I know that you do, but... We have all of this broadcasting technology, and we need something to go out.
Flynn is
So-
going to give a little bit of a salute and be like, "We're on it, boss."
Excellent. Showing me
I
the
just roll
proper
my
respect. She doesn't see it because we're carrying over your crate. She has no idea that Rosie doesn't like it here. She thinks Rosie's having a great time.
Does she think Gemini's having a great time?
No, she thinks Gemini
No.
is like in a fucking like midlife crisis. She doesn't even know why she
Fucking
hired you.
spiral.
I don't.
It's because he made good enchiladas or something.
I don't think they did hire Gemini. I think Gemini is just here because he must investigate the cause of Peanut's death.
Or he was legacy.
Yeah, just kind of like Legacy did.
Oh, you know what? Like, so you know Akana and Iskra were there upon his death. They both probably made notes in the old Lockstitch filing system. Although the academy did burn down, and now it's just this huge giant like corporate office instead of the academy that it once was. But if you could find Akana or Iskra's notes, you would probably have another clue. So coming and talking to the boss wasn't the worst outcome for Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
This is the R&D lab.
Ooh.
It is loading in for me. Eventually. Oh. I like how everything has like that kind of like yellow to it.
Oh yeah, that is the theme of today's game. That like weird sepia tone to everything.
Nice.
We just need Rosie in a pantsuit in that commercial. Just like, everything's fine.
Would we have access to the old files in here?
Could you
Oh,
imagine how powerful I'd be in a pantsuit, guys?
Oh my god, it would be
sheer
amazing.
power-
I
the
might have
sheer
to draw that
power that would
after I
bring.
draw the after I draw everybody in the Sears
Oh,
the Sears picture. I'll draw Rosie in a pantsuit.
I love it.
shoulder pads.
Oh, stop. It'll be
Cute
like
pant
Rose. From
collar.
Oh my god, yes, please.
Right. So, would we have a way to access old files down here, Flynn?
I mean, we might if we got them archived. I feel like all the old files would be a little bit easier to get through since they were all burned up. All the ones that were still around anyway. We just scan them right in over here. And she has a little, I guess something that's like a scanner / kind of fax machine situation.
Like those things at the libraries? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, kind of like that, where it's like this little archive. So she is going to point Gemini over to it so he can flip through it all he likes while they're going over actual stuff for R&D and figuring out what they want to do to help this earworm situation.
Okay. Do I need to roll to see what I find, or is that just a thing that's happening?
Yeah, I
in
think we're gonna
background?
need to. Yeah, we're gonna need to
Okay.
make that roll. 3, 3, 3, 4.
Got
I
two
see two
threes.
threes.
You only see 2 3s? Oh,
Yeah, we only see two
Yeah.
Oh,
threes.
yep, 2 3s. Sorry, yep, 2 3s. So
But that's
we
still
have
good.
yeah, we have another 4 chaos. So we got 9 chaos.
Oh boy.
Surely nothing bad will happen.
But yeah, you find find Akana's notes, like detailed notes. Actually, Akana or Iskra, both of them take incredibly detailed notes, which is unnerving for me. Inside, it includes the fact that Iskra was attempting to alleviate Peanut's tinnitus at the time of his death. It is and also there's a picture of what looks here's a picture of what it is. Much smaller.
Oh my god.
This was
Oh,
found
Good lord.
inside Peanut's head at the time of his death.
Heard about cats having worms, but this is ridiculous.
Aren't you a cat though?
Yeah. Yeah, sure am. Ain't got one of those in me, that's for sure.
Same.
Well, you know what they say, there are 2 worms in you.
Not if you have dewormer.
It's true. I helped her put it in there.
It was a suppository.
I mean, I gave her, the little treats with the dewormer in it.
Okay, like you hid
Yeah,
you
yeah,
hide
yeah.
Flynn's medicine
I
and
helped
cheese.
her. I helped hold her
Yeah.
mouth open, and I tossed them in there for her. You know how cats get finicky. I don't know what
Yeah.
you guys are smoking, but it ain't what I'm smoking. Okay, you guys are nasty.
Yeah.
The
Oh, you guys
idea-
want to smoke something? And she like
if I go
opens up
up
one of
with-
her drawers and there's catnip rolled up in there. She like holds out a catnip blunt. She's like,
Rosie's there. Rosie's already there.
yeah.
Yeah, you go off of like
Don't
real
take
life
all
medicine.
of it,
There
don't
is
take
a
all of it, we
liquid
gotta share.
and tablet form of dewormer. A lot of cats don't like the liquid form though. I guess it's like they don't like the sweetness. Dogs love it though.
I
These are
love the
veterinarian
sweetness.
facts.
Let's bring it back. Whoa.
Jimmy Eat World for life.
That's right.
Woo!
Never forget. That's
The
that
middle's the
legit-
best
that's
song
legit.
ever.
If you're having a bad day, guys, go listen to The Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World.
If you're just having a day, go listen to Middle by Jimmy Eat World.
It's so true.
Doesn't even matter
If
what
you're
kind of day.
feeling really angsty, go listen to I Feel So by the Boxcar Racer.
If you're feeling a little bit like too happy, listen to the Taste of Ink by The Used.
It's true.
That'll bring you right back down. Anyway,
You gotta
go ahead. Sorry, go
somber
ahead.
yourself up.
Whatever you do, don't be like Gemini. I say as Gemini is in the background pouring some whiskey into his tea sludge.
That sounds delicious.
Pollux and Castor, you get a weird reading on like your communication device. It's like, and like, it's doing the like, you're getting interference. There's radio interference from something in this room.
I guess they're just gonna walk around the room, pointing the communicator at everything until they find out where the interference is strongest.
There's a bug on the back of the machine that Gemini is using. This is me using 3 chaos. Gemini is being pursued. And they know that Gemini knows that the earworm has something to do with Peanut's death.
It's not paranoia if they're actually out to get you.
Oh, I feel like Pollux and Castor are going to reach over and grab this bug. This does not look like it should be here.
Oh, it's most certainly an actual bug too. I think it's an earwig, if I had to say.
Oh
because
no!
It's the best. If you're gonna make a bug
With the little pinchies.
with the little
Oh, I hate
pinchies.
earwigs.
What a
Never mind
silverfish.
about like grabbing it with their hands. They're gonna grab it with a cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
don't
fuck
touch
touching that.
You break it, if you break
It's
it,
just
a
gonna
bunch of
wiggle
silver-
around and like
Okay.
pinch you.
It's an earwig, but if you break it, a bunch of silverfish crawl out.
Oh no.
Please
This was the worst
stop.
puppet
I'm
you've
not
been
into this. Like,
Don't
this whole
add nightmare to the
conversation needs to
nightmare.
stop.
Big nope.
Now Rosie's starting to feel uncomfortable a little bit.
Yeah, no, they're just gonna take the bug in a cup with a paper over it and be like, "This is not supposed to be here."
It is definitely a mechanical thing. It is it looks very similar because I'm sure you guys have seen the tick injectors around.
Mhm.
It's a similar make. it definitely has Sonnery vibes to it. Sonnery is our horror side for those who don't remember. And oh shit, you have full access to Akana's notes. Like Akana and Iskra were fully, both of them fully believed, but they could not convince Peanut of it, that Cash was the boogeyman. Like, these notes clearly indicate that they believe Cash was the boogeyman. They believe Cash was with helping Dr. Myers sneak in this drug, and not only sneak it in, but when the ticks inject the fear into you, like, they pull a little bit of your nightmare out, and that is how, like, they are powering themselves. They are giving you fear to power themselves. That is the working theory for Makana and Iskra. But they can't be right. They got fired and got banished from the Silver Thimble.
And as we know,
Okay.
everybody who's been fired is always wrong.
Pantsless fiends.
Truth.
I mean, they were
They
fired for a reason.
pantsuits like mine.
Is Cash still employed?
Cash has not been seen. Cash had not been seen since before Peanut went missing. Cash was not in the city when Peanut went missing. When Peanut died.
Well, Gemini has a lead at least. It goes like, well, we were bugged. They know where we're gonna go. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
Sounds about right. We might be able to do that.
We gotta find
How do you
Cash.
propose we... how do you propose we do that?
We gotta find Cash.
Yeah, I know. I gathered that. How you want to go about doing that?
Gemini pauses. We gotta find Cash.
Okay, good. Good. All right. I was just wondering.
We could try retracing their steps, maybe figure out where they last were and see if they left any clues to where they are now.
We could. If that little worm seems to be kind of mechanical, we might be able to see if it's got any sort of homing device on it, or dissect it in some sort of way and kind of figure out how it ticks. Because it's got to be talking to something to be siphoning back, what do you say, fear? Is what they thought it was gathering?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is like so many like weird little mechanical things. The ticks, the earworms, the earwigs.
I want to try and I'm gonna try and see if this thing talks to anything else on a frequency first, and then I am going to dissect it and see how it gathers emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Go. Are you using an ability? I don't know if you have an ability. That would work, but...
I don't think I do, because what catalog does is mostly like if we're talking to other people, like, hey, what's that over there? And then it like is something. Like, mine's more of like distraction tactics.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and give me Them 6 4-siders.
Alright, let's see if I do anything with this or if I just... Oh, the
There are
leg.
4 threes.
Oh, hell yeah! Woo!
But that does still mean 2 chaos, right?
Yes, it still means 2
Yes,
chaos.
it does.
The only times
Hey, I'm
no
good at
chaos
my
is
job,
generated is
holy
if there's
heck.
3 and if there's 6. So you got 2 chaos.
And that was a roll of a 15, by the way, in case.
Yeah.
How would wilting hope work in this situation?
It would just take one of them down. So, like, if you only
Yeah.
got 1 2, then Wilting Hope would get rid of that one. And if you only got 1 3, then Wilting Hope would remove that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think Transcendent only works
But
on
then
naturally rolled 3s.
Yeah.
If you did roll, then that would be Transcendent, then, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That would be Flynn overcoming the hope. And overcoming Wilting Hope.
Overcoming the hope sink. Yeah.
Yeah, give us
Oh,
that.
she's all full of hope. Yeah.
No chaos generated, then.
Thank you, Kate. You
so
helped us.
much accidentally. Flynn is a very hopeful little cat.
So, with a crit, you realize, alright, this is gonna be interesting. And I am going to phrase this the way that I'm gonna phrase it to not give spoilers.
Oh no, I understand. Yeah.
There is a song being transmitted through this creature. This creature has the ability to grow and feed on fear, suspicion, and anxiety. So the more people that are under this effect, the more like fearful they feel. The more they like distrusting they feel. Then the bigger this thing grows. This thing was huge. Compared, wait, are you cutting up the earworm or the one that was in Peanut? Do we have the thing that was in Peanut? I don't know how we would
I
have.
don't know if we actually have that one. I think we just have the earwig
Okay.
right
Have it-
now.
Have it
Yeah.
just on Dream Logic, but otherwise.
Dream Logic
we
works.
could, but I think, yeah, we could.
Up to you, Flynn. Go
If
for
that
it.
feels good to you, yeah, I was gonna say if that feels good to you, then we can do the worm that helped kill Peanut. But if not, then we can use the earwig, which has generally the same kind of idea as the worm.
Yeah, and we can see if their frequency. We do both and see if their frequencies are similar.
Mm-hmm.
Token disappeared. It was there. Oh. So yeah, they work on different frequencies for sure, but there is certainly a song going on. Flynn, you would have to connect this up to your computers or like to your machines in order, or hook it up to a speaker so that you could hear it. It uses the creature, whatever creatures it's inside's actual eardrums and vibrates that way. So it's not playing a song that you can hear unless you actually connect it to something. So you would need to hook this guy up to something to hear whatever song is being played.
I think what she's going to do is she's going to rig up her communicator, which has the silver, which she would assume is some sort of protective quality, not knowing for sure, and she is going to hook it up to that so that they could listen to it.
Wait, who is the second in command here again?
Flynn is the boss. It doesn't. Flynn has like command of this mission. The
The beetle that's second.
Oh,
in-
Gregory.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
Gregory.
Call Gregory and have him listen on some headphones or something. See, yeah, we want one of the higher ups to take any potential damage instead of us.
Well, I think that If you're feeling uneasy about it, you don't have to stay in the room, but I'm definitely going to be going this mode of transportation for this sound.
Yeah,
I don't know if I need to roll again or not to
Oh,
see if
no,
it
not-
affects us.
if it's
Okay.
dangerous, you want somebody else to take the fall, right?
No, I'm perfectly fine dealing with the consequences of my own actions.
Okay.
It's just like, and as you hook it up, Pollux and Castor, what does something about secret sound like?
I think if I remember right, it was a love song written by Orpheus that was very EDM style.
Oh,
At
that's
least,
right. It's got absolutely terrible lyrics, but the beat fucking slaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you guys all hear like something about the hit song, something about secrets that has, you know what? It's been stuck in you guys' heads for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is blatantly, you all know Pollux and Castor wrote this song.
uh-oh.
Mm.
The Gemini's staff is suddenly between them, and it's like, what's the meaning of this?
Well, hold on. Just because they wrote the song doesn't mean nothing. It just means that this is the vehicle for this creature, okay? We don't need
Yeah.
to be throwing hands or staffs or anything at anybody.
I'm in agreement with Flynn here. All we did was create the music for Orpheus's ridiculous love song. We have nothing to do with these earworms.
Gemini is on his knees crying. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. It's just been so hard.
Well, oh my gosh, you are going through a whole gamut of emotions. Holy heck. You want to go? Why don't you sit down for a second or something?
Gemini's standing back. I was like, no, I'm fine.
Okay. So, somebody took the song that you helped create and corrupted it to be used by these earwigs or earworms, either. And I guess from what we've kind of pieced together, that must be cash or something. I don't know if it is truly cash.
Peanut's notes,
So
Gemini, were very explicit that it was not cash. Even if
Oh, okay.
Akana and Iskra's
Mhm.
notes said that it is cash, Peanut was very adamant that it couldn't possibly be cash.
Still, because of the other, so Gemini doesn't think Cash is necessarily guilty, but may have info as to like why Akana and who else did you say? Akana and
Iskra.
Iskra, why
It's
they
great, yeah.
were suspicious. It's like, well, that means you might have some info.
So we can go about this and go and try to find him in a bit, but we need to figure out how we want to counteract all this situation going on. And she's like motioning to the earwig that is pumping out that sound. And we need to also know if we are being affected by it in a way where we are actually infected or not. I think that
That's
is also
fair.
very important.
I feel like we need to write this down on so. Do you mind if I borrow that console there, Gemini?
What was it?
Can I borrow the console you're at? I need
Oh,
to make
yeah,
a note of
yeah.
this.
Yeah, go for
Flynn's also making her own notes in her notepad.
I feel like, given SCP-ish vibes, he has to upload the song as well, but just put a big warning on here saying, do not listen until we figure out if in here causes this issue or not.
Oh, absolutely. So we're uploading it into the system, and then just do not listen for everybody.
Yeah, making notes of how
Warning
this
labels, yeah.
warning labels that this song seems to be somehow connected to these earworm things, and until we figure out what's causing it, do not listen unless you wish to be infected. Of course, he will probably like type it out to be much more professionally sounding than how I explained it, but
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna upload the song as well.
Gemini's looking at everybody's ears right now, be like, hey, we listened to it. Are we infected or something?
And that's what we need to figure out.
Well, yeah.
Are there worms in our
I
ears
think
now?
that we can. I think we can do that potentially. So Flynn is going to. She's going to look over the earwig, and she is going to look at different components that are a part of it, and potentially try to create possibly I guess maybe a spirit of investigation. Since I have the necromancy of just making a small spirit of investigation to be able to like find certain pieces of something.
I would love if it's like a magnifying glass
Yeah, that would be cute.
that, like, if you look in somebody, like those doctors things where they look into your ears, but it's also a big ass like magnifying glass, you know, with the light.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
a-
Yeah, I like that.
absolutely. Like you have all of Lockstitch agency like at your disposal. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go with big ass magnifying glass for ears.
Yeah, give me another 64.
Let's see how
It's
this
such
goes.
a wild thing to say because it always sounds like I'm saying 64.
64.
Give me 64.
Nintendo 64. Let's see what we got. Oh, the lag always is so suspenseful. Oh, I got two. Got two threes.
2 3s.
Got 4 chaos.
Well, technically, you have 3 3s again because of Wilting Hope.
Oh, that's true. Right? Or was that only we would only take down one of the threes?
I think we take down
because
one
that
of
would
the
actually...
threes because of Wilting Hope.
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I
Okay,
forgot
so it is
that.
one success.
Yep, I also temporarily forgot about that fact.
Absolutely, it's tricky to keep track of all of these things, especially when we're playing with new systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I have 1 success and 5 chaos.
So yeah, all that chaos. Rosie and wait, hold on. Pollux and Castor, you hear a big noise outside as just like a whole bunch of people come rushing in, and they're just like, "We just heard the news. Just you uploaded something about secrets. That's you. You are the Pollux and Castor. We just thought you were just somebody that worked here."
That's a lot of people.
It's like, oh my god! It's just like, can you sign my CD?
Of
Wait, no.
course.
Well, it
Can
happens
you
when
sign
you're...
my vinyl?
Of course.
That's what happens when you're a star, boy.
Yep. So I guess they're gonna. They got their important thing listed out here. They have time to do some quick signings. But while Pollux is the one signing, Castor will look over to the group and be like, "Continue on without us for a moment."
Okay.
What's the next step in the investigation?
Checking
I know-
everyone's ears. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Checking everyone's ears, absolutely. You can't check Pollux and Castors right now because they're being swamped by people.
Yeah, but that's fine. We'll check Gemini first since he seems a little worse for wear, and then we'll get Rosie, and then have somebody check Flynn.
All right. Because you rolled the success of making the thing, absolutely. You look into Gemini's ear and you see one.
Oh.
It's a big one too. It's
Oh,
it's
no.
feeding on all of this grief. You see, it's got one fang in one part of his brain and one fang in the other, causing those massive mood swings.
Well, that explains some things. Hey, Rosie. She's gonna very just
Yeah.
quietly talk to Rosie.
Rosie's got her head
Got
tilted
any more of
down, trying not to trying not to acknowledge the fans or let the fans see that she's in the room.
You got any more of that dewormer?
I sure do. Rosie
Okay, I
passes
need
Flynn
some
the
of it.
dewormer. Rosie passes a flask of the dewormer. There's an extra shot of spice in there
Okay.
too. It'll really wet your whistle.
Oh, hecky. All right, well, good. And she's gonna be like, "Hey, Gemini, why don't you come here 1 minute? I need you to test out this."
Is that some kind of new ingredient or
Sorry,
new
I just
recipe or
noticed there
something?
was a lucid moment played.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to, like, but yeah, if you can think of a way to incorporate it, go for it. Or if you just want to continue with the scene that you're going with, go for that as well. Yeah,
I might do that real quick and then acknowledge that. But she's gonna be like, "Hey, Gemini, I need you to try out this new recipe for me real quick." And she's just gonna hand him the dewormer flask. Why don't you take a little swig of that and tell me what you think?
Gemini downs all of it. Like,
Oh god.
yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, well, I guess that's enough. She's going to see if that works on Gemini with the dewormer or not.
I absolutely think it works. Like, I don't see a reason why it
Yeah.
wouldn't. You guys set it up that it does.
Yeah.
Nobody else
When
has
it
one.
crawls out of his ear, I assume. When it crawls out of his ear, I assume I am going to trap it inside of like a mason jar
Gemini
and like
screams
set
like,
it
"Oh, what
on
the
the
hell?"
table. It feels like a little bit like you were in the Matrix for a second, right? With that belly button worm.
Is that one of the things that killed Peanut?
That is one of the things that was like the thing that killed Peanut.
Gemini
We need it
reaches
so
in
we
and just
can
starts
investigate.
Gemini like
We
just punches it in the jar, and just starts like.
just hit it in the jar.
Pulls it
Why
out,
does he just
throws
take
it
the
on
jar
the
and
floor,
just
just
shake it
start-
real hard?
No, and then he pulls it out, throws it on the floor, and just starts stomping it to death.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that is one way to deal with the situation. All right, Rosie, you next, and she's going to come up and look in Rosie's ear.
Like, Rosie listened to it, but has Rosie been negative lately? Like,
I've been
And
kind of like
Rosie-
in the zone. I've been in my own head, like kind of zoning everything out. I don't know.
that is fair because, like, you just kind of have not been paying attention. You're like, this all sucks. But, like,
Literally, I've been having ADHD conversations in my brain, so I'm still thinking about the pantsuit.
I think
The pants suit is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken over my whole night. It's damn good.
absolutely. So yeah, like, Rosie, yeah, if you say you're fine, you're fine. Now, who's gonna check Flynn?
I'll check Flynn.
All right.
Roll me 64.
You got it.
And see what happens.
Like,
Open
Flynn didn't have to roll because Flynn invented this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's a full failure.
Because wilting hope lowers that.
Oh
The
yeah,
wilting
because
hope
of the
lowers
wilting
to 3.
hope. Yeah.
Now, Rosie, what you can do is you'll see on your character sheet that you have, you have numbers like where is your sheet? I lost Rosie's sheet. My bad. Give me 1 second. Rosie triangle. All right. So you have dynamism, empathy, and initiative. You can
Mhm.
take 1 point away from one of those
Okay.
and turn one of these rolls into a 3. So you can force a success. But you have go ahead.
Yeah, let's do initiative.
You just like really quick about it.
Yeah, like I'm just like over it. I'm over the earwigs.
Crit fails are just all ones, right?
I don't know because technically just any success involves 1 3. So if there's no 3s, that's just a straight up failure.
Yeah, there is no crit fail for this game.
Yeah, because
So,
even
yeah, I
even if you
assume
rolled
failure's
all ones, because even if you rolled all ones, it's still just a failure because there's no 3s.
Yeah, it's all just. This game is more about like the consequences of little failures than it is about the There is no like we're saying, no crits.
Would we still like count a failure for the Wilting Hope then? Because Wilting Hope's
Yeah.
whole +1 thing only works if it's a crit failure, but there's no crit failures in the system.
That is wild to say.
Yeah, I think that maybe that means that we should throw Kay a bone.
Okay,
on that.
yeah, I think I agree with that one.
Sorry, Kay, I didn't think about that before you played Wilting Hope.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
all like some of the systems are just harder than others. Like for Fiasco, we invented other things, but they never came up. Like that deck is just like fucking sitting out there with a bunch of cards that nobody saw. But yeah, we can call that. Oh, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna have you able to like turn that to a success,
Okay.
Rosie, and
No problem. I mean, Gemini did drink all of the
all the
earwig juice,
dewormer.
so
Warmer
yeah.
anyway.
That's
You
what's
drank
gonna
it
happen.
all.
Inside Flynn's ear, there is a
Ugh,
worm, and it's just in there.
Flynn, and
Yeah.
I grab your hand tenderly and press it between my paws, and I just pat it, and I say, "You got a big boy up in there. I'm sorry, boo boo, but you got. You got a big fatty."
And of course, when she says that, all of her fur stands up, and she just looks like static electricity. Like
I'm here for you.
she's like,
I'm here for you, though, baby
I
girl.
don't like
I'm here
that. I
for
don't
you.
like that.
Rosie's
Out of
here for you.
character, there
always.
is a source of dewormer. You could always, get a blood transfusion from Gemini or something.
Just gonna
He's probably
intravenous
got
blood
so much-
transfusion in
He's
place.
probably got
I feel like
so
the blood-
much dewormer in him that his blood.
I was gonna say, I
It's more
feel like the
dangerous
blood
for
of
the
a cat and the blood of whatever Gemini is, it's probably not very compatible.
No.
What is Gemini?
Power half Tengu, half elf or something.
Okay.
He's like
That
an
is what you
Oni
said.
of some kind. Yeah.
That's right.
My
he is
favorite
half-
Oni is pepperoni.
Ah. Pepperoni is my favorite character.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the cup pepperoni.
I'm a
I
fan
think
of
pepperoni is
pepperoni.
just. I think pepperoni is just salami that's been ruined.
How
I like
dare you.
all the cured salted meats.
Yeah, well, like why would you add spicy to it? It's already perfect.
Oh, that's right. You don't like spicy.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Mm,
I do. I give me all that spice.
That's already
yeah.
pepperoni. It's fine. I would much rather just regular
Ice is
salami.
life, baby.
Yeah, Gemini's feeling better because that worm's not in his head anymore.
I mean, better is. Well, that's me.
Yeah.
This is my character talking about food. Gemini still feels like shit. Just maybe not with the massive, super fast mood changes.
Yeah.
you have a
I
headache?
think with Flynn, when she's scared or depressed, she just acts like she's fine because that's how she was raised to be. So everything's great.
Everything's good over here.
All right, Flynn, but what's the like? You now know that you have a big ass worm, and there's no dewormer left unless you want a blood transfusion.
Big ass worm. Sorry.
We got that big ass head worm.
Yeah. Well, why don't we go ahead, once these boys aren't bombarded by their adoring fans, have somebody have a look at them while we decide what to do about what's in my head here in a little while.
These guys, like Pollux and Castor's fans are swarming them. Like he's just signing as fast as he can. They're all like, it's just like, did you like so Gregory told us you wrote that song. It's just like, did you just upload it onto our console? Can we listen to it at our desks?
I mean, you could, but
But do you have a new song coming out?
sure, yeah.
What's the next song gonna be?
We haven't quite decided on a theme yet, but it's gonna be great. Just you wait.
I was like, oh, you should broadcast that all over the Echo. I wish we got that tower. I hope we get that tower fixed. The Rinders are working as fast as they can, but you know, when a radio tower crashes through the Undercity, it's gonna take a little while to get things fixed.
Right, yes. Maybe we can go check out how the tower's progress is, and see if we can't help speed things along.
Oh, maybe you could maybe you could film a commercial at the radio tower showing how we're helping out.
You know,
I mean,
that's a
not
good
such
idea.
not such a bad idea at all. You should work here in not Lockstitch Academy. God, what is this
Lockstitch
place
Agency?
called? Yeah, you should work here in Lockstitch Agency, shouldn't you?
We do.
Oh,
Why don't
great.
you recognize us? I sit right next to you.
Well, I've been a bit distracted lately.
What, by crying fucking like Blue Boy over there, no doubt.
Is he blue?
He looks more gray to me.
I had
I
to do
was feeling pretty
the
blue.
meta joke of it.
Cause
So I
over
was
here, it's like I
I was
sit
like, yeah,
right
I
next
was
to you.
feeling really blue, so yeah.
Flynn sits here. This guy sits right here.
He's Blay, as Kawari describes it.
While they are having that discussion, Flynn is going to be kind of looking through different things she has in the R&D department, kind of seeing if maybe there is something that she could use for her ear. And I'm not sure when to use the lucid moment, because I don't think I want to use it for the ear. I feel like maybe I want to save it for something else, because it feels like, I don't know.
Gemini says, like, we could just reach in and pull it out.
But what if it's like a tick, and you don't want to just like pull a tick out of something? Because they could probably
Yeah, we gotta
leave
oil
their
it down
fangs
first.
behind.
Yeah, especially since it's mechanical, you definitely want to try to oil that thing down. I just can't get at it because it's in my own ear.
Well, if it's like a tick, you just put some heat on this button. It should come right out, right?
Well, or oil. I'd rather oil than fire heat.
It is mechanical,
ears
so I
are
don't think
sensitive.
I would use methods on actual bugs if it's mechanical.
Yeah, I don't need something metal heating up in my ear.
Any of you a doctor? I mean, the hospital burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just like
Unfortunately, no.
whisper sweet nothings into the ear and just like try to seduce the bug out of the ear? Like, come on, you know you want
Do
this.
you have like a seduction card? Because that'd be so funny.
No, I wish I did. Can I incept their minds
God.
and make them
If you
think
remind
that
me what
her
the card is,
ear
I might.
room is that her ear is freaking crazy, like that thing I can do, the Joseph Gordon-Levitt trick,
Oh, I know. I got an idea.
the JoJo?
With the anomaly gun, one of the things I can do is eliminate. On a success, the target
And not
disappears
in my
without a trace.
head. You're gonna shoot my head out.
Oh my god!
Gemini's
gun
gun. Gemini's gun is his staff, and it's a
Yeah,
multi-tool staff.
I should actually bring up the anomaly gun. They don't actually use a gun. It is an object that, in the hands of others, is completely useless, but very effective in the one who owns the anomaly. So in this case, yeah, Gemini's staff.
This is where I die. I just get shot in the
Or you can just let me, or just hear me out. You can let Rosie incept the mind of the earwig and JoJo
Yeah, we'll
it.
see it. Yeah, go. I mean, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, the staff can be a backup plan.
Alright. Just as long as you don't Picasso melting clocks my head.
Well, I'm hoping to make it feel like it's like in its own nightmare, and then it just wants to back out and run away.
Yeah, where it's like too nice in there.
That's
Just
right.
makes you real mad.
It's
I could
just
also
bone
use-
dry in there. They ain't getting nothing. It's like bone dry. It's like a desert.
I could always try to use open carry to intimidate the fans so
Oh,
that we can
geez.
check
Oh,
out the actor.
Crystal? You want Crystal to show up?
Is that the Intimidator's name, Crystal?
Crystal is a crystal squirrel. But she doesn't like Flynn, so I don't know if that would work.
Like we can do that, but we've got like 6 other ideas in front of it. Do we want to try Rosie's idea to try to like gimp it out? That's the name
I
of the
think
ability.
it would be fun to try Rosie's idea. Yeah, I think Rosie's idea is fun.
Like worst case scenario, like we can fix it with ephemeral solution.
Ephemeral solution. Yes, of course.
Yeah, baby. Let me in there. I am ready.
All right. So what you need to do for this, and this is going to be wild for Flynn, unless we get more than 1-3.
Yeah.
Because Flynn, you are going to feel the worst sense of vertigo, because what Rosie is trying to do is change the orientation of gravity for the worm that's inside your head. So it's gonna fall the wrong way. Like
Oh
it's
god,
gonna like
yeah, she's gonna be.
I would hold on to something.
Let me gravitate that hoe. I got this. Let me rock your world, baby. All right. Do I need to roll?
yeah, 6d4 again.
All
I think I
right.
should just
I'm
say
ready
just go ahead and roll, because that's the always gonna be it for this
Yeah.
game.
I grab Flynn's hand and I pull her close and I say, "Are you ready for me to
Yes.
incept your earworms?" All right.
Yeah, go for it.
1, 2, 3, Joe, go. Let's go.
That is 1 success, which means it is a success. But Flynn,
Yes.
violent. Unless you want to give one of your roll, like change one of your rolls by giving up ability, like using your ability things. You can make other things. Like if you do
No, I'll
one
just go with it. I'll run with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. So the worm inside the head, like Rosie, you can see it, because like it's changing like
Yeah.
gravity, but for you it's all the same. And like the like ear like the tail of it starts like creeping out of Flynn's ear. Like you can see the tip of it.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
It's still bit down, but like you can grab a hold of the end now. Like you can touch it.
Oh yeah.
You can diddle her earworm if you want to.
I tickle the earworm.
You're getting your doctorate with the.
It's just like, hey, you guys want to go to a doctor's office or something for it? Nah. All right, Gemini standing
Right in
next
front
to
of the fans.
Gemini standing next to Rosie. Flynn, like your eyes are just lolling all around. It feels like you are bouncing all around this room. Gemini.
Oh yeah, no, she's.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh
Flynn.
no, I was gonna say it's like she's ragdolling. She's acting like she's like made by Bethesda. Just like
Just
All
the
of
Gary's
these-
not death noise.
The fans are just like looking over. It's just like, oh my god, what is that? What is that? As Flynn like continues to vomit all over the place. What is that?
Something
No,
we're
it's like, oh,
currently
yeah.
investigating.
That's the thing that happens if you listen to that song we just put on there, I guess.
I
yeah, and
is
she's
the guy
doing the
good?
cat puke noises like hook hook hook.
I think
We
we
are-
might just like get out of here. Thanks for signing our stuff, Pollux and Castor.
Of
Whoa.
course.
Don't know if I'm fans of them
Touching a cat or
anymore.
hearing a cat vomit is the worst.
Well, that's gonna be a problem later. Maybe we shouldn't have done this while they were in there.
So,
Somehow I found a piece of carpet.
I guess
so
Gemini doesn't have to intimidate them with his open carry now. Leave.
oh yeah, they're they're grossed out by Flynn's like dangly ear.
And maybe they won't all go listen to that song now.
That is also true. Like they are I don't think they're not fans of Pollux and Castor yet. They haven't gone full like that person's bad influence, but
Yeah, Pollux and Castor paid attention to them. He didn't ignore them, so that's the positive in this case.
Yeah.
If I had ignored
Right.
them, then they would have hated him.
like ignored them, and also your song gives us earworms. Disgusting. But we've got a success. Flynn's throwing up and like violently ragdolling. This is a success regardless. But how do you get it out of there?
Hello.
Hi, blueberries.
Hi, blueberries.
What you doing, bud?
Oh, you know.
We're playing a game, Josh. What's going on? Oh.
We're playing the thing together.
It's probably the same thing as like that happened to Midnight earlier, where he
Or
accidentally
nameless.
or
Yeah.
nameless like
Hold on. This is-
Nameless was checking on his mic, but Discord, your update
Yeah.
kind of blows.
Yay! Yeah. I thought he was gonna come in here and just like roll a
Right. Blueberries definitely got fired.
But yeah, who's yanking out this earworm while I'm wiggling around like a
I mean, we could give it a try.
little doll?
Got 2 hands to help keep you steady, 2 hands to help pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's reaching for it? Like, Flynn's got a bunch of tools all over the place.
Yeah. Pliers and all sorts of stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you really want me to, I'll get in there again.
I mean, we were just
I mean,
gonna think
she's-
about grabbing some tweezers to pull it out.
Like a wrench?
Yeah, she doesn't have much of an opinion at the moment.
Also, I just realized Pollux and Castor could probably check each other's ears.
We could.
While we're getting that, Pollux and Cass, are you checking each other's ears? You know? Well, like, yeah, they're fine.
They'll do that later.
That makes sense.
It'll happen later, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
they care more about helping their friend get this worm out of their ear than checking their own. But they'll check it later. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I believe you. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Yeah!
I got 3 threes!
3 threes again. Just
Woo!
like, yeah, absolutely. Like, so I think, like, when you use the tweezers and grab its tail, like, you hear almost like a button click. Like, you grabbed exactly the part, like, the right part, and Flynn, you feel a headache that this has been in the background, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like released, like a bunch of, like a tension headache that's finally gone as this long worm gets pulled out of your ear. And just so we know, its head is a little bit too big for your ear canal, so there's a bit of a tug situation.
Stretches it out. Yuck.
Uh-huh.
It's like one of those bot flies.
Bot flies
Ugh.
is basically what I was thinking. Or actually, like, I was actually thinking, have you guys ever seen those cactuses that have those little fruits in them? That when they grab the stem, but what they pull out is much bigger. It's almost like a zit
bigger
from a
than what it
pore,
comes
so
out
at least,
of.
yeah, it's so much bigger.
Ooh. It's like a cyst.
Like a cyst, yeah. Like it's awful. Sorry, everybody. Today is about a gross.
Then I just look over and says, Tomb Squad!
Doom Squad.
Just a cyst. Tomb Squad!
That's
See,
right.
I'm just waiting for something that's a house centipede to show up. At this point.
That's a big nope from Rosie. We'll continue with no house centipedes, and I'll be so happy about it. Because they are literally terrifying.
I
Mhm.
guess also another visual I can think of. Hey, you've seen Total Recall, right? Where he has to pull the
Oh, yeah.
the tracking chip out of
2
his
weeks.
nose. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No, but yeah, when he has to
I
pull
wish I
that
had
out of his
3 hands.
nose, and it's just like,
Melina.
yeah, yes. God, I love that movie.
If you haven't seen Total Recall, everybody, not the Colin Farrell version. I don't hate Colin Farrell, but that version sucked shit.
Yeah.
But if
If
you've
it
seen
ain't the
Arnold
OG,
Schwarzenegger,
you ain't doing it right. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
no, trust
That's
me,
what he's
this-
trying to
One of
say.
Verhoeven's best
Hilarious.
works.
It's excellent. It is excellent. I love the puppets.
we are nailing these jokes.
Yeah.
Yo, the 2 weeks part though, that is like the most classic thing ever. That part and when they take off their helmets and their eyeballs
Yes.
bug out.
Oh my
And, you know,
god.
The multiple hands to feel up on the multiple, you know what?
Oh
The-
yeah.
The
Those weren't even
titties.
hit. Spoiler alert for an ancient movie. Those weren't even his hands. So what the fuck?
Yeah, that
What
whole
the
part
fuck?
was fucking crazy.
That doesn't make any sense. I never fuck. Watch. There's a plot hole in Total Recall. Just
Oh, there's so many.
All right. Also, Arnold
But yeah.
Schwarzenegger's dick gets grabbed really, really
no.
hard in that movie.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Now that
Back
that's
to-
crazy
back to
taken
you.
care of. What do you want to do with this thing?
It's
do you want
lashing around.
Ooh. Yeah, like, since since Gemini did not allow Flynn to put the other one inside of a mason jar because he crushed it under his heel, she wants to try and contain this one in a container.
Yeah, they'll happily drop it in whatever container you put it in.
Okay. And it's got like ear juice and other weird stuff on it, just like
Ear juice.
ear juice because
I
it's been like
appreciate
hanging
those
out in there. The
ears.
body's trying to like. Well, I'm just saying if there's like trauma inside of the ear, it's gonna be making a lot of weird like bodily fluid just trying to like either kill or like get rid of whatever is in there. So if there's like a nasty creature hanging out in that eardrum, your ear's gonna be unsafe to try and get rid of it. So it's ear juice.
Absolutely, for sure. So it's in a jar, sitting on the table. It like I was saying before, like its fangs resonate. So like, it from inside the jar, inside the jar, like the glass is kind of vibrating.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, that's despite me feeling a little bit like hell, that is an interesting situation going on there in that jar. I didn't know that it resonated so strongly.
Okay, why?
Oh, now I have to look over and see what they said.
I don't know if it's gonna show up, but basically they played the teeth mask on the Harbinger and said that this is what they imagined it being like.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could see it too, except mechanical.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, my
Alright,
Twitch is
well-
so far behind that those teeth haven't actually showed up yet.
And they're
But-
for me.
Yeah, I've only just now
Yeah.
seen them.
Yeah, my Twitch is having a
We
hard
got
time
Flynn
today.
level internet right now, apparently. Yeah.
Technology.
Technology. All right.
Alright, now
So-
that we all seem to be situated, we need to follow these leads. We need to follow where this thing feeds back all the fear and all the negative emotion and work from there. If
The
it
radio-
happens to also be something... Oh, the radio
I
tower?
was gonna say the radio tower sounds like the likely place because it needs somewhere to go to transmit it to somewhere else.
This is true. I think that'd be a good idea. Y'all ready? We need to bring maybe a couple of instruments to... Wow, I hate when I have brain farts. Maybe it was that earworm. We need to bring proper instruments with us to be able to tell, even with the radio tower being downed, where it's trying to...
I feel like Pollux and Castor's
communicate.
tails are swishing happily because this was their department.
Yes. Yeah. So let's gather everything that we think we're gonna be needing and head out.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Got your
You guys.
got
go
your
ahead, go
pantsuit ready, Rosie?
Yeah, actually I do. I have it ready. It's pressed. I got my shoulder pads. We're Gucci.
All right.
Gemini, when
I
he
think we
leaves,
are
is
ready to
actually-
go.
Gemini, when he leaves, is now actually wearing a pair of sweatpants as opposed to like pajama pants.
Moving up in the world.
Still has the robe on because it looks kind of like a trench coat. Because he can't be bothered.
So, we are off to the radio tower. Are we gonna film another? Are we gonna try to actually film a commercial there, or are we just like gonna solve this mystery, or rewrite history?
I think if there's potential, we should. If there's like good potential for a PR, then we definitely should be doing a commercial.
I agree 100%. That is why I have a pressed pantsuit and I am ready to go.
All right, I love it. Here we. All right, so this is the city. Don't worry about like. This is as we like leave. This is the silver thimble under reconstruction. That looks like a dick that I didn't notice until right now.
I don't even know what you're looking at.
Oh, it's under the butterfly.
Oh no.
The iron butterfly.
Silver thimble's really coming
That's
back together.
over there's the phallus palace.
I was thinking that this was actually like what the new academy became, like a very like normalized office building. But it could be anything. Like that place burnt down. I don't know if it's fully rebuilt yet. You got a bunch of grinders wearing full plate mail. That's the construction workers' outfits.
I mean, it's effective.
Just like go through the city. And here we are.
Look at it.
Oh wow, that's looking magnificent.
One of the
They
grinders
really
walks
put in
up.
a lot of work, didn't they?
The grinder standing next to you is like, yep. Put in a lot of overtime for this. It's a good thing that the Lockstitch agency has been really paying.
Indeed it has.
Like, overtime's been off the charts. We constructing all of those crystals was quite hard. Like, I heard that, Kana was the person who originally, like, built this, or set this up, or planted it, it says here. But I haven't been able to find them. Did we get everything right?
They're not around right now, but yeah.
I mean, it's the best you can do with what knowledge you have.
I don't think it looks too bad, boys. That's all.
Thank you very much. We've already got the insides like working. We've got a crew on one of the agency's crews in there already. If you are interested, be very careful. Hard hats on for everybody, please.
Oh, of course, of course. You never know if there's going to be some sort of fallen debris or anything.
Out of character question, but there's a lot. I noticed there's a lot of capitalism going on. When's the time we saw the spirit of capitalism?
Don't remember the last time we saw it.
Was it when we first ran into it, or?
No, it showed up again.
So I think Gemini's also going to be keep an eye out for that, just in case.
It's like these guys are all like very excited. They're all unionized.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It's just they're like, oh, like you guys were all the Lockstitch Academy before this. Just like, she's like, how do you feel about this? They're all on their break. They're drinking coffee out of their thermoses.
It's looking great so far.
This one sitting on the like construction equipment. He's like, you don't miss the old days, going on in adventures, magic and whatnotteries.
No. Peanut died. There's nothing for me there anymore.
Rest in peanut.
Rest in peanut. I always have like this little bit of a feeling, but you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, tower. Go ahead and let's go ahead and hats on and have a look inside to see what they've done.
See what we can use to film that commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, might get a nice outside shot after we get a look on what's inside.
Yeah.
Nope, absolutely. Elevators right there. We've removed most of the due to the damage. The tower no longer does the telescoping mechanic that it once had. We've made it significantly more rigid, and now it connects through science instead of magic, of course. The crystals are mostly just for decoration.
For
See,
aesthetic.
see.
I gotcha. I can appreciate that. I like a good solid non-magic solution to things a lot of the time. It helps with tinkering too much.
That's what, times are changing. I say the magic is leaving the world.
Well, I don't know
Shall
about
we-
all that, but
Shall we go investigate?
of course.
At the top floor of the building,
Look at
You
the
are met-
owls.
with just so many owls up here.
Excellent.
I really
They're
like the
also
guy on the
goddamn
left.
Cute. Oh my god, the little guy with the mustache. He almost looks like a little old man that I used to serve coffee to. He's so cute. He would get like a small dark roast.
I don't know how to answer that.
I'm just
Oh.
saying he looks like a little old man I used to serve coffee to who's really nice.
Hey, you get up to the top of it. All of the owls turn and look at you, and they're just like they all say who. It's like it's just like, oh, Flynn, we heard from Taupe that you might be in charge, that you might be coming by. Did you fix that earworm problem that everybody's having? The tinnitus. Is there anything we can help you with?
Yeah, we're. Oh, your hopes. We have a bit of a situation, and she will hold up because she has brought it along with. She will hold up the mechanical worm in the jar. When we listen to that song, something about this ends up in people's ears, and this is potentially what has been killing them when they fall asleep.
Yes, we're trying to identify both why it is connected to that song and where it's coming from.
Or where it is trying to speak to far off.
Well, this one here, his name is Penny. You guys know him well. He runs.
Oh, I remember Penny.
He runs this area. He spins around in his chair, and he's just like, "Well, you've come to the right place. We've rebuilt this tower to grand specifications. We have access. We will soon have access to the whole of the Echo and beyond."
Is that so?
So that is the plan. We would like to begin. It's like with a push of this button upon the okay from Taupe or anybody else in charge. We will activate this, and the signal will go out all the way across the Echo from side 1 to side 20. It's just
Impressive.
and then once it covers and fills the atomosphere, and he looks back and forth very like conspiratorially. We will begin to attempt to contact L.U.N.A itself.
It's been a while since we've
Oh, you're
heard
gonna
from
try to
Luna.
talk to... Huh.
Oh yeah, we were just
I
up
don't
there.
feel like it was that long ago that we were there.
You know, it does feel like that.
I don't even remember really leaving, actually.
Yeah, but I
Huh.
mean we're here, so obviously
Anyway.
we did, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking, if at all possible, I would love if we could find a way to figure out where this thing is trying to chat, like where it's trying to send off a signal to, or alternatively, this is more of a, Santa's wish list kind of thing. If we can figure out the frequency that it is set on and be able to figure out a countermeasure, kind of, something that would be able to say, destabilize it from being able to continue doing its little earworm shenanigans.
Like a counter resonance, like a counter frequency.
Like a counter frequency. That one's more of a pie in the sky kind of thing. But first we want to figure out where this thing is trying to send off all of its bad vibes to.
It's like, well, we have limited power right now until we get the go-ahead. Until the tower's finished, we don't dare press the red button. We don't dare press the button. This is the button in question, by the way. Oh, I can't click it. It's the thing right underneath Lockstitch. There it goes.
I see.
The red
I'm pressing
button
the
is
hell out.
glowing. You don't want to press that? Of course not. Buddy, do it.
We couldn't, of course, press the button. Like, we're not ready yet.
No. No.
How dare you tempt Rosie with a red button? Unacceptable.
I fixed it.
I crossed my arms so that I don't get myself into trouble.
I think everyone's
Fun thing.
roboting.
Yeah, everybody roboted right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discord, please.
Yeah.
Is something terrible happening in the world right now? Are we all being nuked?
Yay. It's
I don't know, but my internet's been being crappy all night too.
guys.
How would I know?
Like
Oh,
bad.
everyone is sounding better. Okay.
Yeah, my connection's not been great today.
Yeah. An interesting.
Alright. So,
Anybody
let's
else?
just try to speed run ourselves to the end of this game if we can.
Okay, I
While
have
they're all doing
labeled
that,
the
can I go
things
like
that I will to do.
investigate that section?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oop, I'm just gonna pretend I'm behind the counter.
You run into, like, coming out of the back room is the biggest owl you've ever seen.
She's so
Oh.
cute.
This is Pound.
All I could think of is whatever I remember Penny and Pound was you turning around and shouting the fuck when I told them their car got stolen.
That did happen. Pound looks over at you.
In
He's
for
like,
a penny,
you
in for a
look familiar.
I would say the same to you.
He's like, Pound, nice to meet you.
My
When
pleasure.
he's-
We're Pollux and Castor.
When he says his name, if like if K was in the room, it would not be spelled Pound. It would just be the pound sign. Like not the hashtag pound sign, but the pound sign from like British currency.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ah.
Like that's how you spell pound. Penny's name is also spelled with just a cent sign, but it's not cent, it's just penny.
Ah.
I never got the chance to explain that before.
Do they have a cousin named Sixpence that is just 6 of that?
No, but they did have a underling named Nickel.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we are Pollux and Castor. What a pleasure.
Like a pleasure. What brings you, like, obviously, dear Flynn is working on. Are you attempting to, like, this guy over here? He says he was not actually part of the gang. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, which is hilarious because that was the part of his game that nobody knew his name, so nobody was calling him by his name.
And now we don't remember his name.
Can we just call him Mike, the case manager?
Either that or Daimian.
According to Midnight and Kate, seems like it might be Melvin.
Melvin!
We
Oh
lost.
my god.
We lost the shared Google Drive that we had because we had a server for information, but like it got like, yeah, the network, it got lost at some point. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details of that, but so Melvin's just like, it's like, damn it, Flynn! I'm a radio host, not a scientist. How do you expect me to like check up on these things?
Well, one of the things about being a radio host is you have to know how your equipment works. And you know how to work all that, so
Well, get over
should
here
be
and help
easy
me
peasy.
out. We'll figure out where. Like,
Alright.
now, granted, we only can search a couple of sides. We don't have access to the whole of Echo yet. We don't dare press that red button.
Alright.
We're not ready yet. Pound looks over at Pollux
No,
and
of
Castor.
course not.
Like, right. Pound looks over at Pollux and Castor. She's like, "What can I do for you?"
I'm just a bit curious about how all this is gonna work. Like, do you have certain things you're planning to send to places, or?
Well, we intend to send information and possibly agents to all around the fields.
Nice, nice. Could I use this to send a song somewhere if I wanted?
I mean, I don't see why not. As long as the song is within, like... As long as you have the file on you, or it's in our network. If it's in our network, then it's very possible for us to, like...
Oh yes, of course. I just uploaded it recently to the network. Actually.
Oh, excellent. Let's go over...
Flynn
He
has
goes,
said out loud to them that something about secrets is the song that is causing the earworms.
He hasn't actually stated what the song is.
I know, but I'm just saying that is. Ugh. Continue.
It's like, yes, we have access to we have seasonal, obviously. You could send it to Bone Meal, Dendroid. It looks like we could get it all the way up into Virtuoso if you're interested. Sonnery. What's the location that we're looking for?
Well, I mean, I've always been. A lot has happened. I would love to send at least some information and even like the new hit songs and stuff to our dear friends up in L.U.N.A.
Oh, that's a bit far. Like, we don't have access to L.U.N.A yet. The network hasn't gone that far.
I'm certain maybe we have something that could help with that. I don't know.
I don't know. We're pretty strictly told not to do that. Gemini and Rosie, while Flynn is working with Melvin, what are you two up to?
Fighting
I
the urge to
literally am
push the button.
Yeah, I'm literally trying my hardest not to press the button. I'm literally forcing myself to look away and to the ground because I'm convinced that I need to press the button.
Flynn?
Gemini's been gradually inching closer to the button and trying to fight the urge.
I'm gonna ask you for a roll in a second, Gemini. Flynn, can you and Melvin give me a roll?
Of course. Me and good old Melvin. I'll do my 46. See if I actually get any 3. Egg the suspense. I got 1.
I see 1-3.
Exactly 1, and I got a natural 13.
I know.
This is gonna
Just
be
putting that out there too. Oh shit.
Congrats, B.
so.
Succeeded at a
This
cost.
this is so great. This is actually really good. This actually really works. As Melvin's like staring at the computer, like this screen kind of goes blinky, and like blood starts pouring out of the keyboard. Flynn, can you roll me a d20? Cause B's not on the proxies yet, right? Oh shit. So yeah, roll me a d20, please,
Oh,
Flynn.
God. I'm lagging.
That's
Give me 1 sec.
18.
That
You guys
D20
are...
as soon as it lets me.
Yeah, you rolled an 18. You guys
I mean,
are just
she
being
could
so...
still.
She could still beat you.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
So I can't say congratulations yet. Oh shit.
They rolled a 4.
Yep, just fucking...
I know, okay, I'm sorry. We're rolling real good here today.
So
Melvin, like...
what
Go ahead.
what happens if you fail the 20?
Then, a bloody version, like... Oh, wait, no, it's a... Yeah, it's a monster fight.
Oh, okay.
Basically, bad thing happens and the villain in question gets a point.
Oh, they'll
Melvin's
only
on-
get a point if they succeed.
Only if they
Yeah.
succeed. There's other ways for them to succeed. There are cards that like give them like successes, but right now it's all
I
just fucking.
I thought they got a point every time a 13 rolled, and that's it. That was it.
No, it's like a tug
with
of war
certain
thing.
card, right?
Ah.
Right, let me click on. I need to get into everybody's things. I accidentally closed everybody's character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I found it.
I know. It's been lag city for me, so I can only imagine.
All right. So with the success though, was it 3 successes again, or was it just 1? I can't.
It was 1-3.
Yeah. 1-3. Okay. So it cuts out, and like Melvin looks over. He's just like, somewhere in Sonnery, like something's picking up this thing. Just like and he like, it does the whole like zoom in on the side of the world thing. He's
So
just
there's
like, go ahead. Whatever is receiving this must be huge, like a tower able to produce and receive immense power. It's like Noman has that level of technology, but I didn't think Evil did. Do you know of any places outside of Evil?
not personally, no. But it appears that things have changed.
This is true. The whole world should be embracing science.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Gemini just murders
So,
himself.
now it
The
comes down.
whole. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Gemini
No,
murders
go ahead
himself.
and say what you're gonna say.
The whole world with the push of a button is just under his breath.
She is going to glance over at those two and be like, hey, why don't you guys try to put together that PR ad? This is looking really nice up here. I mean, it'd probably be nice to get shots of the place, the interior. What do you think?
Which two are you talking
You
to?
guys hear me?
Yeah,
wait,
which
I was
two?
talking to Rosie and Gemini because
Oh,
Rosie was
yeah.
in her night pantsuit and everything in the first place.
And I was like, "You mean we could broadcast a message? Hey, if anybody has information about the boogeyman, or And he just starts muttering to
I mean,
himself.
we're technically the ones that have more information about said boogeyman, if that is who the boogeyman is supposed to be.
I'm ready
I
to
was talking more
broadcast.
of making Lockstitch Agency looking good. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Great.
Like,
Do you need
what?
protection from the boogeyman?
This
Look
owl
no further. It's
comes
Lockstitch
over and like
Agency.
he has a camera on Rosie.
That's right. You heard me right, folks. Lockstitch Agency is here in the business of protecting your assets and your mind and everything else. We will protect it. Just ask anybody.
Give me a roll.
Hell yeah.
We are the almighty protectors of all that is.
There are 2
is.
3s.
Hell yeah.
There are 2 things. Like, from that, this is being broadcast out of the tower. Like, the crystals, even though they're just for show, do resonate and they work like speakers. So even like the people nearby, you guys outside, you hear all of Rosie's cheering fans. Pollux and Castor's cheering fans are out there too. Out like all of the videos would be showing that there's a huge mob of people at the bottom of the tower, just all crying out for down with the boogeyman. Lockstitch Agency, Lockstitch Agency, Lockstitch Agency.
That's right. I'm liking what I'm hearing, guys. You keep up that momentum and we'll be out of this nasty business in no time.
Rosie, Rosie, and like it's so loud you guys can hear it, and Pound's just like, well, that's very good. Like limited audience, but you know it's quite rousing. Taupe will be very happy.
You know, I feel like I've got an idea on how to like get this out to a wider audience, if you don't mind.
Oh, just
Got Rosie the Rouser over there.
That's right.
Pound takes a step aside. He's just like, "Oh, absolutely. Do you know the console? Like, have you ever worked
a
a
way.
switchboard before?"
Oh, yeah. Back when Lockstitch Agency was the academy, we worked the switchboards.
It's like, oh, well, this is based on most of that technology, as you see here. It's like, as long as you just don't press that red button.
Of course, of course. And I'm gonna use my ability Sight Visit.
Gemini's
basically-
hand is like hovering near the button.
Hold on. Yeah, so basically Sight Visit is basically, and basically I can choose to like step inside this console if I want and mess with whatever the fuck I want. I can manipulate objects. If there was people in it, I could converse with them. I could see from this. In terms of paintings, it would basically be like I could see from the perspective of things that normally you wouldn't see. But in this case, is manipulate objects, and they're gonna use that to try their best to strengthen the coding of this thing so that they can get it working much quicker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Give me that roll.
There is at least 1 3.
There's 1 3 there. The chaos going on below you guys. The boogeyman is onto the fact that Gemini is onto him. Like, that you guys... Ooh, what the hell was that? Did somebody leave the call?
What?
Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
That was a situation.
A bit of an internet issue.
Yeah. So, the boogeyman is onto the fact that you guys are being tracked. They are quickly trying to, like, turn off the reception thing, but Flynn, you are quickly locking onto their location.
Heck yeah, I am. Science, baby.
So, Pollux and Castor, when you go into the console, do you physically go into it, or is it like,
I
like
think
you
I physically
mind
go
goes into
into it.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit, if you... I'm now...
I don't know,
losing my
it's
mind
things
up.
says things says I step into the thing, so I think I'm physically going into it.
Like
I'm
melting, that's
physically
cool.
I'm physically in the data stream.
Well, I guess, you know?
Alright. Pollux and
So
Castor?
everyone just sees Pollux and Castor like
Just
you know the movie Scooby Doo and the one where they go into like cyberspace, how like they enter cyberspace. I feel like that's just what the fuck happens to Pollux and Castor.
It's a series of zeros and ones. I actually haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Can I just say that the die on the screen, every time I look up at the screen, it just makes me want Doritos really, really, really bad.
I just had a great idea. Gemini, upon seeing Pollux and Castor like disappear like that, just screams like, "What just happened? Where are they?" And as he does that, he goes to slam his hand
Oh my god.
for emphasis, and accidentally like slams it on the button.
Oh boy.
Am I going to the moon?
You very well... Okay, here... Pollux and Castor, here's what you see. Like, in like, the Digimon digital world. Like, Digimon,
yes.
digital Pollux, Digimon is the
the champions.
It's just like everything like going by you. You see the file that is like, this is exactly where the boogeyman is. It's flying right on its way to Flynn's console. Like that information is going to Flynn right now. Flynn will know exactly where the boogeyman's like lair is in just a matter of seconds. Like, also, you see your song like that says, "Hey, nobody listen to this." Like, you see the nobody listen to this file. That's right there. Like, and as Gemini hits the button, like, everything starts powering up, and Penny just looks over. You fool! What have you done?
Yeah,
There's,
and
like-
it's just like slow motion.
You know, if I'm
Slow
stuck
motion.
if I'm
Sorry.
stuck in this data stream and I've just strengthened everything, Pollux and Castor is gonna do everything in their power to ensure that song goes to the moon.
But yeah, slow
Absolute-
motion as he's pounding the red button, and Flynn like turns and she sees him do it. She's just like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah,
There's,
and
like-
Rosie turns in absolute disgust and amazement, and I'm just so upset that I did not get to pound the red button.
I knew that was why.
Yeah.
And I punch Gemini in the shoulder, and I say, "Do it!"
And I was like, maybe that button should have been so big. It was too easy to accidentally hit one, you know. Slamming the desk in frustration, you know. Where are they? What happened?
Coincidentally, I just pressed the button I've been wanting to press.
Yeah. Plausible deniability.
Uh-huh. Who's really the hench here?
Alright, Pollux and Castor, one more roll to beam your song to the moon.
There's a
Gotta
3.
get that moon
All it takes
beam.
is 1-3. There
All
it goes.
takes.
It's like
Something
the
about
moon-
secrets uploaded to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Something about secrets. Do, 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 do. Something about walking all through hell just for you to leave me behind, or whatever.
Gemini then says, like, well, you said you were waiting for somebody to approve pressing the button, eh?
To be fair, Art just did a little harm to turn one of your 3s.
I'm gonna spend my one of my persistence to keep that a 3.
This game is real hard to, like, card against these guys.
This song will go to the moon.
Out of curiosity, what do you mean by Corey? What do you mean by hench?
Oh, there's a hench card where, like, the villains can basically hire you to do a job for them. Clearly, Pollux and Castor have been working, well, not clearly for everybody, but in the story, I think Pollux and Castor have been working for cash ever since they were in hell. Like, the song being tied to cash. Now Pollux and Castor trying to get the song to the moon, which is only going to cause problems for the Sentinels on the moon.
Yep.
Is the moon part of the nightmare? Like, are they
The moon is
experiencing
the
it too?
source of the nightmare.
Yeah, the moon's
Oh.
the source.
Yeah. Kind of. It's not their fault, but the moon is tidally locked to the echo, except for instead of water, it is magic. It takes dreams, it filters, it takes a little bit of the magic from all the dreams, and then it sends them back. Nightmares are more powerful than normal dreams. At least, it is easier to extract magic from nightmares than it is to extract magic from dreams. It's a wild situation. Flynn got DC'd again.
I did. I think I'll probably stay out of roll 20 for now.
Nika can roll for you if need be, if you need.
Okay. Okay.
So Pollux and Castor, you're inside there, like you send that to the moon, but because it was only the one success, Flynn, you do get the information about the location of the boogeyman, and this
Okay.
location is and we all know, it is Dr. Myers' tower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is receiving all of the fear, enlightening for the record, like lightning bolts keep hitting his tower, and he transfers that into what he needs to be. But is it Dr.
Okay.
Myers? Is Dr. Myers the boogeyman?
I think having this information, and maybe not fully understanding what Pollux and Castor are doing right now, or the thing with the button, or any of that, I think what she's going to want to do in this moment is she's going to look over at them and say, we're shutting this shit down now. It ends now. Close it. Shut it down.
While I'm still in here?
Yeah.
Say less. Say less. Can I hit the button, please? Does the button rejig everything? Does it like make it go away?
Why not?
Oh my god.
I'm smashing the button.
If you
She
press
doesn't
that,
understand the magic
it's gonna
behind
just-
it, but
it's
she's
gonna turn
stopping it
everything
so
off.
the boogeyman can't have more fear. Shut it down.
I'm
Hey.
shutting her down, guys.
Penny and Pound are both like slow motion diving at Rosie, trying to get Rosie to not turn it off. Roll me the check.
I'm shutting this puppy down.
There's a 3.
There's 1 3.
It's like Rosie slaps the button, and like this thing's not finished. It can't handle, and it, like everything starts shaking.
Whoops.
Oh, Caustic lowered that by 1.
Rosie, would you like to spend one of your points and raise it back up?
I've already done spent a point. What other points
still
I got?
have
Let me
more.
look.
You have dynamism.
I got lots of
You
points.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
3 in initiative. You could just be faster than that.
Yeah, let's spend a point. And whatever, I have 3 left. My sheet just disappeared, so I have to open it again.
Yeah, you still have 2 initiative left.
You have a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys just
use one
rolled
of
too
those.
well every single time. Like, there's a bunch of chaotic shit going on underneath you guys. You guys didn't go most of the places I thought we were gonna go today.
That's because
The drug
We're
dealers
amazing.
are so strong right now, just for the record. Like all of you guys' chaos points have just been gone into like making the drug dealers stronger. I'm like, oh
I mean,
shit.
I gotta
As soon
get
as
my
they go to
cat
those
lamp.
alleys.
So am I dead? Because they shut the system down?
I think
I don't
I
know.
think
Pollux and
it would probably sneeze you out. Like
Yeah, that's
liquidate
what I
you
would have
out.
thought.
I'm thinking Ghost in the Machine.
Ooh.
Oh,
Explain.
ghost in the ooh wee.
Ghosts in the Machine. Like,
Yeah.
I need context to this. I don't know it off the top of my head.
you exist, but only in the frequency. Like,
Which is cool as hell.
So could I?
like
Does that mean
you-
I could like pop up on screens?
sure, yeah, absolutely, 1000% that.
You're now a digital entity, basically.
I feel like in that case, the Pollux and Castor are just gonna pop up on that top screen over there and be like, "What just happened?"
Oh no,
You're
that
like
screen's
Carol
off.
Ann from
All of these
Poltergeist.
screens are off.
Oh, that's
This
right.
building
Everything's
is
off.
Like, not only that, but this building is falling. The crystals are falling down. You turned them off too soon. They weren't fully ready. And you know what the crowd underneath this place doesn't have on? They
Hard
don't
hats.
have on their hard hats.
Fuck!
Oh
Oh no!
Safety first, people, as we watch these crystals just falling from above, crushing your adoring fans.
no!
Oh,
shit!
boy!
This is PR's
Well.
worst fucking nightmare. Oh my god!
Yeah,
This
Get
is
on the
definitely
disaster
this
line.
is
Never
definitely
recover from
Rosie's
this.
nightmare.
Yeah. Never recover. Never recover.
I will never
Gemini is-
financially recover from this.
Gemini's shaking his fist, going, "The boogeyman did this."
We got bats, we got bears, we got beetles. We're
Yeah.
just going alphabetical order here.
Yeah, we are.
You don't have to.
It's like right
Oh shit, we
after
don't have
K.
to.
It's like right after this, K broadcasts murders.
Yeah.
Right.
I helped Cash, but things are not going well for me.
Now you're immortalized in radio.
But hey, Peanut's notes said it couldn't be Cash, so clearly Cash is innocent.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying that out of character.
Yeah. Yeah, Caustic has a point. Who said the villains care about their henchmen's?
Yeah, that's why they're villains. They don't care about their besties. Not like we do at Tomb Squad.
Yeah, where we crushed a bunch of people.
You know, sometimes stuff has to happen. You know.
We crushed them in Minecraft. They're fine.
All the crystals.
Imagine
my
if it was
God.
only Pollux or Castor that got digitized and the other one
Oh,
got spat
no!
out.
Oh no, that would
That's
be
the
like
worst
last
night-
year. Oh
no,
my
no,
I
god.
know.
That's their worst nightmare.
They
Oh
can't.
my
They
God.
can't find each
Separated.
other. Like
Yeah.
their minds are just lost separately
Split. Yeah.
in the digital world.
It
Yeah.
probably also mean like their half of the body is like lost with them, so it's like
Oh, was
Yeah.
them being separated a thing that happened before?
Yes,
What's that?
it happened
Shit,
last year.
Oh.
yeah. Last year during 10 Candles, Pollux and Castor's quote unquote death scene was Castor getting melted and Pollux being left alone.
As he bled
What?
out.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So he's fully aware of what happened and he's like mourning his brother as he's dying.
Oof.
Yeah, so the idea of
brutal.
them being separated in the digital world is absolutely terrifying to Pollux.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
One of
Castor's
the reasons
probably
if you
like,
see
"Oh,
them
this
on a
is
screen,
strange."
you're just it's probably gonna throw off people even more. It's like you see them pop up on a screen, it's only one of them.
What happened?
The boogeyman.
It's like, Rosie, that was an amazing act. That was an amazing show that you put on. And then the last thing I saw, or like, you ended that commercial, and then we lost connection with the entire Echo all at once. And then dozens of people died.
We figured out where the boogeyman is, and then immediately after this happened. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, make me a roll.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a 3.
There's a success.
And it's a 13!
And
Oh,
a
it
13.
is a 13.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well. Caustic S for dibs.
Okay. Okay. Hope is again going to try to break hope for you. We know the boogeyman is there. The best thing for Gemini in this situation would be that the agency throws all of their power behind Gemini and going to hunt down the boogeyman. This seems correct?
I have. What would happen if I played coin flip for the 20
Oh.
cider?
Oh, that's.
It would work. I'm fine with it. Well, one would give K 2 more points,
Uh-huh.
and a 20 would take one of K's points away. Oh wait, yeah, we did say that. We decided that
Oh.
cards cannot affect that. We'll refund that one for you.
Okay.
except
Yeah,
for the
sorry about
ones that say it specifically. Like the one that removes the bonus thing. That is the only one that
Ah.
affects the die roll for the villains. I mean,
Well, I was thinking of just to affect my roll. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nika refunded it for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I roll a 20 cider then?
Yep, just roll a 20 cider. All right.
It's 12.
Oh, I was kind of hoping it was going
Oh,
to be a
that's
13.
almost an 18.
The 4 plus 7, 11. Your 12 wins.
Oh.
Oh.
Because Kay has a +1 from earlier.
So it's a tie.
Oh, if it's a tie, roll again.
Me
Oh,
or
Karam played Pinch Me.
What does that do?
Pinch Me removes the bonus that Kay would have, making
Oh,
it an
shit.
8. I'm making it a 4. All right. For the next one then, go ahead. Roll me a 20 cider, Gemini. Okay.
Oh my god!
Never mind. We'll roll it. We'll just see.
Oh my god. I just now saw the 20.
Man, Caustic is just like Kay is terrible at being like at luck. Just like
I was kind
I'm
of
sorry, Kay.
rooting against myself there.
I have a question. I don't know if you would allow it or not. Can I use my lucid moment to pull Pollux and Castor out of the computer?
only if they want to. If it's
Okay.
Or pull Pollux or Castor.
If you would like, yeah, if you would like to, you can come out of the computer, unless you would like to stay in there.
Okay, hear me out here.
Okay.
Because it is close to, sorry about all that noise. It is close to like the end of the month, so obviously all the dream stuff is gonna go away and stuff. I do like the idea of like the initial like them getting separated in the screen. And what if you only pulled out one of them?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Would they still? Oh, ooh.
Oh,
In
it'd be a
lucid
mess.
moment. Yeah. Oh no.
A mess in what way?
I
mean, would they be okay, or would they be
Oh, that's actually a good
gory?
question.
Yeah, that's why
Okay
I'm
is
like,
a
I don't know
strong
if
word.
yeah. I'm just like trying to
Would
pull
they
the other
would
one.
the other half just be zeros and ones because he doesn't know where they are, or would they actually bleed?
Yeah, I can imagine it could just be like a almost like a just a void that is just like matrix, like
Yeah.
zeros and ones.
Yeah, where he's not bleeding out, but they like give him like a crutch or something to use to walk since his brother isn't there with him.
And that the other half is there but digital, so there's just a divide, like a dimensional rift or something.
Or if you just pull one of them out, is it both like so that like there's no like body horror? Well, I mean, not that body horror is a
Yeah.
terrible thing, but like if
Yeah.
you pull them out, like one of them is just not there in like mentally, you know?
Mentally,
Well, that
like
also
still in the
could work,
computer.
yes. Mentally
Yeah.
still in the computer.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm
Ooh.
absolutely fine with that if you want.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with
Oh.
like one of them just being like
Yeah,
zoned out, not there because they're like somewhere in the computer.
Yeah. Okay, you want to do that? Is that what you would like to do?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. Well then, she has a lucid moment and goes, wait a minute, this is a dream. I can just pull them out of the computer. So she tries to be careful about it, but obviously there's some magic attached somehow, so it's a little bit more tricky for somebody like her to do. So she pulls them out, but then one of them, you decide which twin is not there with them. It's like catatonic.
Atomic.
I see. I see what you did
Cat
there.
talk, yes. Cat on cat crime.
Absolutely, for sure. All right. With that, Hope is just like, what? And it's just like, what the hell? It's like, what has the boogeyman done to Pollux and Castor?
Yeah, you just see the two like sort of stagger a bit, shaking their head in a daze. As Castor looks up and goes, "What just happened?"
Guys melted into the radio tower and you were transmitting something to the moon?
I
But
remember
during
we were
that
trying to strengthen the signal. Pollux, do you remember what Pollux? I flipped a coin. Pollux is the one still stuck in the computer.
Pollux just
Yeah,
writing
about that.
What?
And
Sorry,
they just
buddy.
like went,
And got us again.
no.
we were able to shut down communications to the boogeyman, so he no longer has his feed tube or whatever you want to call it in a medical term. But obviously there were complications.
And like Taupe stands up. It's like, you have the location?
Yes.
It's just like, all right, Gemini, you've got your force. We're gonna send our best agents out there, and like, she opens up her file. All right, we have. It's like, all right, we're gonna send Foley. We're gonna send Arthur and Vidra out there. It's just like they're some of our best freelance workers. And it's just like, come Sunday, we're gonna end the boogeyman.
That boogeyman is going down. For Peanut. For
That's dope.
Saturday night boogie.
Pollux.
For Peanut. Alright. And yeah, with that, I think it is so this game went away. Actually, can we go back to the other screen real quick? Real quick, just real fast. Hey, you guys didn't go to the Undercity. That's fine. That's fine. You guys didn't go to the cafeteria. That's fine. I'm not mad about
that's
it.
Cool.
I'm not
That
mad
looks
about
really
it.
cool.
I'm also not mad that you guys didn't go to the cool alleyway.
Oh, look at the boogeyman sign.
Yeah, oh, that's cute.
Or the
I like
other
that.
cool alleyway.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. Chelsea Man. Or is it Cheesy
Chelsea
Man?
Man.
Chelsea
I think it
Man.
says like
Chesley.
And then I'll bring it because I didn't get the chance to bring it up.
Boogeyman.
I did imagine that because of
Little
the fact that they were
boogeyman.
henching for cash, they actually did have the biggest of the earworms.
Oh, yeah.
I too was thinking that. Like I was like, oh man, if Flynn checks on Pollux and Castor's ears, I'm gonna have to message Vala. Like,
Yeah, and it's one
The
of those
biggest
things
of
where
ears.
when Gemini was like, oh, maybe they can check each other's ears, and I didn't want to meta, so I was like, yeah, they could check each other's ears.
I was also like thinking
Well,
maybe you would
Keep it secret.
TBH, I thought they were sus the whole time, but I didn't want to call them out because that's my homie.
Yeah.
You also didn't decide to go to the doctor's office, which I like. This is just Cash's off. Like I was, like, you guys want to like do surgery on Flynn to get the worm out? I was like, all right, we can go there because we don't have any doctors left. They all keep getting kidnapped.
You little.
I am so sad that Gemini didn't get to use Dawn in someone's
Yeah, I
ear.
really did not want. I didn't want you to use gun on Pollux and Castor. I was like, shit. I was like no.
Because he originally wanted to use gun on your earworm.
I know. I was like, I mean, you can shoot my head off. Just don't kill Pollux and Castor, please.
Oh, this is how Flynn dies.
And now Pollux just has a blank stare on his face for the rest of the Halloween games.
Yeah, which is only about a week, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Which is the one that bled out?
It
None
was
in the original 10 candles, that was Castor was the one who melted, leaving Pollux to bleed out. This time, Pollux is the one who's not there, and Castor is the one left behind.
So now they both get to have had the trauma.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of 10 candles, good call. So Halloween Day, we are doing the Halloween event. That's where everybody's gonna, like, your Halloween costume art is gonna be revealed. That is where we're gonna have like trick-or-treating mini games. Art is going to run, well, assist. Like, me and Art are gonna co-DM 3, we believe. Don't quote me on this, but I do believe we are doing 3 separate mini games of 10 candles. So I think it's going to be 3, 3, and 4 candles.
Ooh.
Where we're in like different thematic horror movies, murdering your characters again.
Ooh.
Please respond to the game sign up post if you can make that day, because we want to know everybody that can. We want to try to think of it very similar to the way that we did the telethon, because this one will also be hosted by Patagon until it hits the After Dark, at which point it's going to be hosted by Ether, played by Lore. Played by Esme. So
Which post in your signups?
Just as react to it. The one with all of the games in it. Oh, Nika's remaking.
I'm just saying out loud. In the game signups channel, so there is all of the list of the games, and then after that, there is an additional post that is for that Thursday session. And it has like little pumpkin emojis, so respond with that. If you haven't already, like there's 20 some odd of you that have already replied to it to say that you'll be there, so I assume that you've gotten it when I posted it originally, but if you haven't, please do that.
I'm asking this for just because it also applies to me. Should we still react if we'll be late?
Yes, it is going to be a like marathon session, so if you can be there
Awesome.
at any of the time, like I assume it'll run late. That is my guess. Like we have lots of things planned for it, exactly like the marathon, really. So, just we're gonna run into late night and do some late night stuff with it for funsies.
Well, I have Thursdays off, so hell yeah.
And I work Halloween, so that's why I wanted to ask. But yeah, fun game. I hope you all enjoyed Triangle Agency.
I really did enjoy Triangle Agency. I am sorry that Flynn didn't get to use any of your abilities.
Oh, it's fine.
That's what the button was about. I was just like, I wanted Flynn to be able to tell somebody, hey, look over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I was just like, why don't you do your ad first before you get distracted by the button too much, and then Gemini pressed it anyway, so...
You can't just put a big button and not expect Gemini to be so tempted that something bad happens.
So, thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you for accommodating. I'm sorry I got sick last Wednesday, and I know all this tech problems fucking sucked, but we still did it. We still managed to play the game, and it went wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it started off like it just, yay, this is like a dream, no nightmares are hitting us, and then you murdered everybody. Because
you murdered
like,
some people.
You murdered
Get
everyone.
better.
You got Pollux and Castor stuck in the digital world. You freed them, but one of them's still gone.
I feel bad for those fans.
they're all dead. It's just
They're
like,
all
and
dead.
Rip
just
in
just
peace.
because you didn't mean it doesn't mean you didn't. It's still manslaughter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
but as
No,
far
it's
as
still
we
definitely
know-
manslaughter.
Gemini's
Yeah, I
fully
feel like a
convinced.
giant turd.
I think Gemini's
You
fully
can't spell
convinced it
manslaughter without laughter, though, so we had a good
was
time.
man.
Yeah, this is true. I can't say it was all bad.
Also, I assume PR can spin that it absolutely is the boogeyman's responsibility because hey, it's happened immediately when we learned the location.
Just let me handle it, guys. Corporate account payable. Rosie speaking. Just a moment.
All right, everybody.
Your husband was crushed to death by a falling tower? Yep, we got it.
It's like Boogeyman's fault. Thank you guys all so much for playing. We're gonna run the song again. Everybody have a great night. I gotta go stir the soup.
Ooh.
That's not a euphemism. That's just
No,
yeah, baby.
Yeah. What kind of soup did you have?
chicken, but yeah, it's just chicken soup, but it's got corn in it.
Ooh.
Yes. Corn and
Bye
Oh,
forever.
Bye forever.
Bye forever.